So to my understanding, the only way to get rid of black knot is to burn it. So that will be coming on later on once we're able to burn. Welcome back to another episode of Accessible Homesteading. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Don't forget to click the like button and the bell for notifications to ensure that you don't miss any of our content. So, as I mentioned earlier on our YouTube shorts, we're doing a little bit of pruning this year. 99% of the trees I was able to prune without using a ladder. I climbed them like a monkey man and used a saw hanging off the limb. Some of them were probably close to 20 feet in the air. So a lot of the cuts I did were rather large cuts this year. We'll be doing shorter ones next year. Now, the best thing about having this type of wood here cut out of the trees, a lot of it we'll be able to use for firewood. Some of it can be chipped up and put in a smoker. And of course, we let our goats eat it and clean up as much as they want to in the process. Right now I have Blossom, who just decided to take a poop on camera for us, and Fiona out with us. These are the two mothers that recently lost their children when they had birth. Blossom had 2 stillborns, and Fiona's lasted a day. Blossom's had both in the birth canal at the same time and were stuck. That was part of the issue there. So these trees aren't 100% yet. It's going to take a few years to bring them back to where they need to be. There's still some high limbs up there, but most of the big cuts are done for now. Personally, I feel these trees are planted a little too close together. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. Some of these trees are probably 25 years old, and some of them may be even older than that. My father has actually grafted some. I'm not sure if you're familiar with what grafting is, but it's taking one type of tree and connecting it into the other. So he's actually done a couple of the grafting done this year. He's actually going to be teaching me how to do it as well. He's 78 years old, so it's something that he fears that he won't be doing for many more years. I'd like to see him do it for another 20, but you know, that's life. So here is how he indicated where he did the graft, and hopefully it will take. This is from, I believe, last year. I'm not sure if it's going to take. Have you ever grafted trees before? Leave us a comment. There's another one down here. So we have a few fruit trees, mainly apple. We have some cherry, some plum, a couple pear, and I'd like to have peach. We did have peach in the past. Unfortunately, that tree died several years ago. So these are some of our older trees. He also has a nursery. When I say he, I'm meaning my father has started a nursery in the back field for our other smaller trees, where he's trying to salvage them. We used to have rabbits at free range. Now we only have 2. We had close to 100 at one point, and they ate the bulk of our tree limbs, unfortunately, or trees when they were still planted. So there's still a lot to clean up, but the trees are pruned, ready for their first application of oil. Now this year we're going to try something a little different. We're going to use a neem oil. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of neem oil, but it's in Canada. You can actually pick up a synthetic blend. Neem is used in a lot of cosmetics, but it's also used as a pesticide and herbicide from our research that we conducted. Again, we've never done it before, so we don't know how successful it's going to be or anything like that, but it's going to be a try. We haven't sprayed these trees in probably, I'd say, 7 years, close to it. And you can see here that our pear tree is a little shorter. We took probably 10 feet off the top of that one. So we're going to walk over to the other side of the property, and I'll show you a couple other trees on that side. So just before I get to the other side, I decided I'd take it a little bit and explain what's going on here. So as you can see, there's kind of like 3 different sections of the shop here. So the back part, which you can see our shadows on, is going to become the workshop. We need a new roof, new walls, new floor. Then we also have the main part, which is where the chimney is sticking up over there. That part is going to become the medical bay and birth bay. Both have dirt floor area for the goats. And then we're also having a milking room in the front part, which is on cement floor. So I'm able to keep it clean and make sure everything's looked after and sanitary. Now, the section on the right here, that's going to need a new roof and new walls and some reinforcement. And that's going to become the main part of the goat barn. So that's where it's going to house all our does and our working goats as well, which will be weathered males. So we've already started doing some of the renovations. If you missed some of our shorts, you definitely want to take a look at those. But you can see a lot of the rot and decay on the old shop here. This was used for storage. The roof collapsed on the inside, or the ceiling, due to the rot and the water getting in. And there's mold and a lot of other gunk. So this is a pile of the debris. We'll be looking after that later on. And part of the reason we had a lot of debris, or the roof went, is we had a lot of the big limbs, which you can see here the goats are eating, was laying on the roof. And actually, I noticed there's still a cherry tree growing on the roof. Something tells me you're not supposed to have a cherry tree growing on a roof. Have you ever had that happen? Let us know. But we'll take you over and show you some of the other trees where I did some major cuts on. All right, so this tree here used to be growing right here. So this here was a plum tree. It is solid full of black knot. So to my understanding, the only way to get rid of black knot is to burn it. So that will be coming on later on once we're able to burn. But I still have to limit up and get that all out. But a lot of the wood, again, I can use for chipping in the wood, or like smoking in the wood smokers, or cutting up for firewood. In behind there was our old hay barn, which will be tractor storage and everything like that. The roof is pretty good on that. And now this leads us to our cherry tree. This cherry tree I haven't been able to pick for years. The crows loved it. I decided I'd take the top out of it, which was probably close to 20-25 feet. And so now it's going to make it easier. Still probably good 10-15 feet in the air. But with the weight of the fruit on the trees, it will make it look better. And once the leaves are out, you'll never notice that it was pruned other than the height. It should make it a lot easier to harvest our fruit so we actually can enjoy it instead of having the birds eat it. Which now leads us to our farm tractor here, which is a Massey Ferguson 17 or GC 1710 TLB. We're still waiting for parts to come in. Basically up underneath here, there's connectors and that look like this for hydraulics, and this one actually broke right off. So we're waiting for the part. It's on order, but it's the time of year that I really wish we had the tractor. The loader would come in handy. The backhoe, because we have several trees we want to transplant. It's a 2018 23.9 horsepower, and actually is a workhorse for us. It has that many hours on it now. 1,237 on the button. It's definitely had a lot of use. Some of those hours may not have been the easiest on it, but it's a tractor. It's designed to work for us. So the little bucket on it. Then we have our David Brown. We just picked up a new battery for it. So it's going to help us be able to at least tow a trailer around, clean up some, move the brush. The 3-point hitch does not work. There's something going on with that. And if you missed the YouTube short here a while ago, we need a new rim and tire. Or at least this one fixed up somehow. It was loaded at one time and it seeped out and leaked everywhere. The throttle doesn't work very well. The brakes are gone. But we do have a new battery coming. We have it now, just have to hook it up. There's a draw on it, so we have to keep turning it off. It doesn't make, like on connecting it, it doesn't make sense to me. And then we have the shut off doesn't work either, so you have to manually shut it off, and the key doesn't always work. So it's 1981, I believe, David Brown 885. But it's had a lot of work done with it. It had a motor job on it several years ago. So the actual hours on it are no longer accurate and it doesn't work. It needs some work, but it's a 42 horsepower tractor, and it's helped us get around the orchard. So that's why the exhaust is on the other side, rerouted from where it used to come out on the top, and it comes out the back. So that way it wouldn't spray into the trees. Right there. I'm not sure if you can see it. Now, I'm going to take you into one of our barns. Olaf, our buck, our stud, is actually wanting to say hello. He's screaming for us. I'm not sure if you can hear him. There he is. Hey, bud. He loves the attention. Oh, yes, he does. I think he wants to kiss. Oh, yeah. I think he gave you guys all a kiss. You wanted to come in for a second one. Okay. You're a good boy, bud. All right. Well, I think I'll leave you here for now. But thank you for watching. And if you haven't already, definitely don't forget to like and subscribe and join our herd. Thank you and have a great day.